Welcome back to Vintage Shots, the place where we develop the negatives of history to reveal the strangest stories ever captured on film. Today, we are diving into a world that looks like a nightmare, but was actually a Victorian sensation. Imagine flipping through a family album from the 1890s and seeing your great-uncle holding his own severed head on a silver platter. This wasn't a crime scene, it was art. It was the bizarre world of Victorian headless portraits. In the late 19th century, the world was obsessed with the macabre. Death was everywhere, but so was the birth of new technology. While the Victorian era is often remembered for its stiff collars and even stiffer social rules, there was a dark sense of humor bubbling under the surface. This is where our story begins. People didn't just want a photo, they wanted a miracle. They wanted to see the impossible. You see, back then, photography was still magic. To the average person, a camera didn't just record reality, it could manipulate it. Enter the headless portrait craze, also known as pre-Hitonical photography. Photographers like Samuel K. Balberney began advertising a very peculiar service. They offered to take your portrait, but with one slight adjustment. Your head would be tucked under your arm or floating several feet above your neck. But how did they do it in an era long before Photoshop? This is where the genius of the darkroom comes in. These photographers were the original masters of deception. They used a technique called combination printing. They would take multiple exposures on different glass plates. By carefully masking parts of the film, literally covering areas with black paper or paint, they could layer images on top of each other. It was painstaking work. A single millimeter of error would ruin the illusion. They had to match the lighting, the shadows, and the grain perfectly to make the neck look like a clean cut.
Why was this so popular? To understand the why, we have to understand the Victorian mind. This was the era of spiritualism. People were obsessed with ghosts, seances, and the afterlife. While these headless photos were clearly meant to be jokes, they played into that same fascination with the thin line between life and death. It was the ultimate Victorian prank. Imagine sending a postcard to your cousins showing yourself decapitated. It was the viral meme of the 19th century. We also have to talk about the contrast. This was the same era as post-mortem photography, where families took photos with their actual deceased loved ones to keep as mementos. But while post-mortem photos were sad and solemn, headless portraits were rebellious and funny. They were a way to laugh at the one thing everyone feared: death. It was the macabre middle finger to the grim reality of the time. One of the most famous practitioners was Oscar Rejlander, a pioneer of artistic photography. He didn't just want to take a photo, he wanted to tell a story. His work proved that the camera could be a tool for imagination, not just a mirror for the physical world. He paved the way for surrealism decades before it even had a name. As we look at these grainy, black and white images today, they still evoke a sense of unease. There is something haunting about the way they stare back at us, often with a smirk, while their bodies stand headless. It reminds us that even 150 years ago, humans had the same desire to shock, to entertain, and to play with reality. We haven't changed that much. We just swapped the glass plates for pixels. If you find these glimpses into the shadows of the past as fascinating as we do, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Join our community here at Vintage Shots as we continue to uncover the hidden, the weird, and the beautiful history of photography. Don't forget to share this video with someone who loves the darker side of history. Let's see if they can handle these Victorian shocks. Thank you for watching, and remember, every photo has a secret. See you in the next frame.